Hey guys, Jeff with JTS here. I'm going to cover today some quick tips and tricks, or quick tip and trick on how to adjust your macro breakdown per day to allow you to still be successful, not go over on your calories, not to fuck up in general, and just to stay on track and make sure that you are seeing the proper amount of success based on the intended program and plan we've laid out for you. Now, I'm going to screen share with you guys a document that I have. That this is just going to be a document that is not actually my meal plan per se, but if you guys can see over here, we've got a meal plan, and the total calories are 2,453 calories per day, and it's broken down. We've got this set up to be a 5 meal a day plan. Now, if you're a 5 meal a day or 4 meal a day or 6 meal a day, depending on what we've got laid out for you or what you have done for you, it is most optimal to stay at what you're currently doing. But if you do need to make adjustments, then this is how you will do it. So we've got 5 meals. We've got the proteins, carbs, and fats. It's laid out as 43 grams of protein per meal for 5 meals, 40 grams of carbs per meal for 4 meals, not having carbs the last meal, and then 12 grams of fat per meal every meal. Now, let's say, we just had Easter a couple weeks ago, and let's say you have a big event. So like Memorial Weekend is coming up, and you know that you're going to mess up a little bit. So you want to take this into consideration. Let's say instead of what we normally are doing here as 3 or 4, or we'll just go to 4 meals, you can make minor adjustments. So if you know that later in the afternoon is usually when you're going to be indulging a little bit more, you're going to have a little bit heavier cheat meals, or going to be persuaded to eat something that might not be as optimal, right? You can combine some of these calories to make them into bigger meals or more cheat-specific meals. So let's say you're drinking alcohol or something like that. You can, well, hold on, let me make this adjustment real quick just so you guys aren't seeing a ton of stuff. You can make this adjustment by simply redirecting some of your daily grams. So what I mean by that is, let's say we want to continue to do our 43 grams of carb or proteins in the morning, and I know that I'm going to be a lot heavier at night with my carbs, so I might drop this down to only 10 for my first meal, and I'm going to keep my fats the same. From there, meal 2, I'm going to also keep my protein the same because I want to stay heavy in that. I might also bring my meal 2 carbs down to only 20 grams, and I might even get rid of the fat. Now, what this has allowed me to do is still eat my 43 grams of protein per meal for the well, actually, sorry, we have 5 meals here. So my 4th meal is actually going to up in protein just slightly. So what I'm going to do is going to spread my 5th meal protein, which is 43 grams, over the last 2 meals. So my 3rd and my 4th meal, which is going to add 21.5 grams per. So that's going to bring me from 43 grams on my 3rd and 4th meal up to 64.5 grams. Okay, so all we're doing is redirecting some of our calories, or basically we're redirecting our calories. Now, what you guys have already noticed is all I've done is taken 1 meal and I've spread it out over 2 other meals, right? So that's just for my proteins. Now, what I've also done is taken basically 50 calories or so of carbs that I can put in anywhere else in these meal 3 and meal 4. Okay, I've also got an extra 12 grams of fat that I can put in anywhere I want as well. So let's just say I do that, and for my meal 4, I'm going to go from 40 grams. I mean, meal 3 going from 40 grams up to 65, and I'm also going to spread my fats out, so I'm going to go 18, right? So same thing with meal 4 is I'm going 65 and 18, right? So now what this has allowed me to do is take some of my meals across the board, meals 1 through 5, adjust it slightly to where I'm getting my total daily 2,453 calories, and I'm spreading it a little bit differently, making it a little bit more sustainable for a bad meal or cheat day per se, or an adjustment that I might need to make. Say, I know that we're going to have pizza tonight. I would get rid of my morning carbs and take them to my afternoon. And this will allow you a little bit of flexibility without completely derailing you, setting you over your daily numbers, and anything like that. So that's one little trick that you can do. The other one is also making adjustments day to day. Now, every once in a while, again, let me go back up here, and we've got our total daily calories of 2,453. Now, ideally, you're eating this per day, but if you do have a slight adjustment or where you have a complete blowout, again, let's say I have pizza, and instead of having 3 pieces that were my total carbs, carb allowance, I have 6, right? What that might do is that might put me a total calories for that day around 2,800, right? For 2,800, what I would then do is just simply take the extra calories that I took in today, which would be about 350, and I'd minus them from tomorrow's calories, right? So what that then is going to leave me with is a total of about 2,100 calories for the day. Okay, so let me make this a little bit bigger. You would then consume 2,100 calories for that day in the same percentage breakdown. So on this meal plan, I'm not sure what this one is above for percentages, but it looks to be something about 35 or 40% protein. So let's just say 40% protein, 30% carbs, and 30% fat. If that was my percentage breakdown here, 40% protein, 30% carbs, and 30% fat, all I'm going to do here is take those numbers. Now, one other thing real quick is each gram of protein equals 4 calories. One gram of protein equals 4 calories. 1 gram of carbs equals 4 calories. 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. Also, 1 gram or measurement alcohol equals 7 calories. Okay, so what I would then do here is it does take a little bit of work, but this little bit of work is going to give you long-term success and make sure that you're keeping and managing what you're doing on a daily basis. So all I would do is then take my 2,100 calories, divide it by my percentage. So just for instance, 2,100 divided by my 0.4, okay? 2,100 calories divided by 0.4 is going to be 800. Actually, we times it. Sorry for all the math errors, but we times it by 0.4, and that's going to give us 840 calories for the day. We're going to break that down. Now we're going to divide that by 4, and that's going to give us 210 grams of protein per day. Okay, now I can, again, do what I did up in the above section here, where I'm just breaking it over the course of 4 or 2 or 6 meals, whatever we're trying to do for that day. And then we then do the same thing for our carbs. So 0.30. We've got 630 there. Divide that by 4. We've got 150, we'll just round up a little bit, 158 carbs. And then our final number down here is going to be divided by 30 as well, because this is for our fats. We've got 630. We'll divide that by our fats. And this is going to now give us, oops, bad spelling, 70 grams of fat per day. Now again, all I would then do, break this down over 3 meals, 5 meals, 6 meals, whatever you want to do. Very simple. All you then do is just divide those numbers. So if we were doing 210, divide by, let's say we're doing 5 meals, we'd have 42 grams per meal of protein. On the carbs, we'd go 31 grams. So 158 times 5, 31 grams per meal carb. And then our final number is going to be 70 divided by 5. And that's going to break us down to 14 grams of fat per meal, right, over 5 meals. Okay, so there are 2 easy adjustments you can make on the daily basis if you need to make quick and easy adjustments for cheat meals, outings, events, not hitting your numbers properly. You can spread them and make sure you're hitting them on a daily basis, which means you're hitting your total calorie number and you're still hitting the percentage of proteins, fats, and carbs that you need to. All you're doing is breaking them up into or segmenting them into other meals that you might be higher in one or the other, or you can adjust them by taking the meal or extra calories that you consume today and minusing them out of tomorrow. Okay, so go ahead and start implementing those 2 techniques if you need to. Again, ideally, you're staying as close and compliant to the original meal plan with the total meals per day, the total breakdowns of calories per day, as well as the grams per meal. Okay, so if you, again, don't have carbs in the morning or don't have carbs at night, your total calories per day should be spot on. All right, so let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email me, showerstraining@gmail.com, or just ask me in person.